Thank you. So yeah, Jeff and I are describing this isolated sauropod caudal from the Peterborough Oxford clay. It is Middle Jurassic or Colovian in age, and many of you will actually know the Peterborough Oxford clay from the specific marine fauna there, pliosaurs, plesiosaurs, ichthyosaurs, sharks. But there are also some dinosaurs from the Oxford clay, most notably Cetiosauruscus and Loricatosaurus, and also some isolated elements. So that's what we're looking at today. So basically all of the Middle Jurassic UK sauropods are clustered under this common Cetiosaur group, which is actually a really old historical group as well. The name Cetiosaurus has been around since 1841. The family Cetiosauridae has been around since 1888. And fun fact is that actually the first Cetiosaur was based on an isolated caudal. Actually the group still stands nowadays. This is my phylogeny from my PhD because I'm studying Patagosaurus, and it actually is still around and going strong. Cetiosaurs have also been found all over Europe, not just in the UK. So it is actually important looking at these isolated elements because as you might know, the Middle Jurassic of Europe is quite scarce in sauropod fossils, and especially complete sauropod fossils. But we do find lots of fragments all over the place, actually, from England, from Scotland, which is unfortunately not on the map, so from south of Germany, from the north of Germany, from the Ardennes, and from France. And to quote Mario Bronzazzi and Sjoosje Evers, usually these fragments are considered unsexy bones. But with great study comes great morphology. If you look at it long and hard enough, you do actually find some diagnostic features which might help sauropod diversity in Laurasia and in Europe specifically. And also it helps me because I'm more interested right now in where the common ancestors of sauropod comes from, because you have some sauropod type dinosaurs from the late Triassic of Europe. So all of this will actually help us, in our studies. So I do realize that now, actually, after this introduction, showing this caudal is a bit of an underwhelming experience because it's not a very well preserved caudal. It looks like a pliosaur ate it and spat it out, and it also has some seashells attached to it. However, there are some interesting diagnostic features. There's this tapering of the posterior ventral part of the articular surface. There's this heart-shaped dorsal side. There's an elongated neural canal, and there's this nice high anterior caudal transverse complex, which is actually seen in Cetiosaurs, but also in neosauropods. And I've lost two of my pictures. No, there they are. The ventral side shows a sort of a keel-like structure, which is seen in Middle Jurassic sauropods from the north of the UK, as yet unnamed, but also in some neosauropods, barosaurs. And above the neural canal, there's this lip-like structure, which is seen in Cetiosaurus, and also in the lateral view, it has that nice ventral offset of the anterior surface like in Cetiosaurus. So to summarize, we see several features here that are either shared by basal eusauropods or also neosauropods. We have the ventral keel, which is from York sauropods, but also from neosauropods. We have this lip-like structure, which is seen in Cetiosaurus and also in some of Patagosaurus anterior caudals. It has a high anterior caudal transverse process, or ACTP, which is seen in a whole array of sauropods, actually Cetiosaurus, Cetiosauruscus, Pelorosaurus, Camarasaurus, and Diplodocids. So to conclude, it's probably a derived eusauropod, at least based on these derived features, but it might not be Cetiosaurus, might not be Cetiosauruscus, might actually be something else. Maybe it's more derived. We're actually still figuring it out. So any comments will be welcome, and we're happy to take any questions. Acknowledgements go to Glenys Was from the Peterborough Museum. If you haven't been there, go visit. The Jurassic Hall is really nice. And also acknowledgements go to the Jones Fenley Fund. So thank you.